Welcome to Native Animal Rescue's 40th anniversary celebration. We are going to take you behind the scenes to show you some of the wonderful animals we've taken care of. In June of 1980, Native Animal Rescue, which we refer to as NAR, opened its doors in the SPCA building. Then in 1995, NAR closed its doors due to lack of funding. Anne Molly, a volunteer, reopened it at her home where it still is today. Molly became known as the Bird Lady and was the director of NAR until her death in 2014. Since then, Eve, one of Molly's daughters, has volunteered as director. Currently, NAR receives an average of 2,500 animals a year, and this year has already received over 2,900. NAR is thankful to the citizens of Santa Cruz County who rescue the distressed wildlife. People bring us all kinds of wild animals, such as these young barn owls. Molly's twin granddaughters, Zoe and Lupin, both work for Native Animal Rescue. Here, Lupin is receiving a pygmy owl. And here, Zoe is receiving a pigeon. Molly's partner Nathan also helped at NAR. Here he is receiving an animal. Animal service officers, city workers, park rangers, and police officers also bring us animals. NAR volunteers are sent out on rescues when callers are not able to do the rescue themselves. Here, volunteer Gretchen rescues an injured pelican. Here, Lupin and Nathan rescue a pelican that was tethered to a rock with fishing line. Nathan swam out to the rock and cut the line. Volunteer Phoenix rescues a bird on a beach with a lifeguard's assistance. NAR has been able to stay open during the pandemic by putting protocols in place to keep people safe. We ask that everyone wear a mask and keep 6 feet social distance. Phoenix demonstrates ringing the doorbells next to the gate to get the attention of our staff. Then a staff member will meet the person outside to receive the animal. The people bringing in an animal are asked to fill out an intake sheet with their name, contact info, where they found the animal, and the animal's condition.
So that we don't get sprayed.
Yeah.
NAR's volunteer Kevin Foster is called to rescue a skunk that has a can stuck on its face. Kevin is NAR's main rescuer in the San Lorenzo Valley area. He is well known in the area, and his example has inspired many to respect wildlife and some to even become volunteers for NAR. He can handle any kind of animal, including rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Poor dude, we'll save you.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta pull your skin back. I know. I just gotta make sure you can't get me.
Oh, there he is.
Whoop.
He's not too happy.
Not too happy.
But hey, you can see again, buddy.
Okay, where do you want to let him go?
He was on that hillside, so maybe we'll bring him back
I'll
up
set him
there.
in the ivy.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sure he'll find his way from there.
Yeah.
Keep recording and we'll do a little.
After Kevin got the can off, the skunk was able to be released because
my.
it had not been injured.
So the key is.
To get away.
There he goes.
There it goes.
All right.
All right.
Success.
Woohoo! Good job.
Volunteer Christine and her son were called to rescue ducklings that had fallen into a storm drain. Once the ducklings had all been rescued out of the drain and put into a pet carrier, they started walking them to the nearest body of water. The mother could hear her ducklings in the carrier, so she followed along. We always try to have the babies stay with their parents if at all possible. They had to walk fairly far, and the mother duck kept following. What a dedicated mom. She had even followed upstairs. And even more stairs. The mother did fly off, but came back. Can you spot the mom? She blends in with the tall grass. She's to the left. They finally reach the pond and the ducklings are set into the water. But where's the mom duck? The suspense is intense. Ah, here she comes. What a wonderful reunion. Upon arrival, hooks are removed and other first aid measures are taken. Here is the hook. You can see the injury from the hook. A pelican has a hook removed from its wing. Hear the snap of the hook being cut? Ah, the sound of relief. Here, a turtle has a hook removed from its mouth. All animals are examined. Here, Tricia Wilson examines a pelican. Tricia worked for NAR from 1982 to 2002 and trained many volunteers, including Molly, Lupin, and Zoe. Wings are especially important to a bird's survival. Wings are also important to bats. Every part of the animal is examined. Many of the small birds are victims of cat attacks. Please prevent your cats from catching birds and other wildlife. Here, a fecal sample is examined for parasites. Wraps are put on injured limbs. This skunk injured his paw when it was caught in a rat snap trap. Please secure snap traps in places where larger animals such as skunks and possums cannot get to them. This skunk burned its paws in the local wildfires. After a couple of months in care, it was able to be released back to the wild. When animals need veterinarian services, such as this western pond turtle with a deep crack in its shell, they are taken to one of the local veterinarians, such as Dr. Hillary Stern at Animal Hospital of Soquel. Dr. Stern wired the crack together, and after a few months of healing, the turtle was able to be released. Young songbirds, such as this 5-day-old chickadee, need to be hand-fed every 30 minutes all day long. We try to simulate nature and keep the young birds in knitted nests on heating pads. Baby hummingbirds need to be fed every 15 to 20 minutes.
A long syringe tip is used to mimic the mother's long beak.
In the summer, NARS counters are crowded with boxes containing all sorts of baby birds. They all have to be hand-fed every hour, and the younger ones every half hour. Here, a nest of juncos are being fed. You can see one of them backing their butt over the edge of the nest to poop. Juncos are insect eaters, so they're fed soaked cat kibble and mealworms. After feeding, clean tissue, just like a new diaper, is put into the nest. Next babies to be fed are a scrub jay in the back and a Steller's jay. Like all babies, they need their faces cleaned. In this case, their beaks.
Wormy? No wormy? Wormy? No wormy? Little wormy. Num num. Worms are good.
Here are a couple of chickadees.
I can't see your buddy. Gotta move just a little bit. There we go. No. Don't poop on them. No.
Water with electrolytes is also given.
Drink. Drink.
This house finch has discovered its wings. It's not quite flying yet, but look at those wings go. House finches are seed eaters, so they are fed a special seed formula.
Classic overeater.
These house finches are learning to fly but still need to be hand-fed every hour. During this stage, they are put in a cage on the counter. Here, they have a little room to fly but are contained and are still accessible to be fed every hour. Ravens. These babies are too sleepy to eat. Don't they look like dinosaurs? These baby ravens have grown a lot in a couple of weeks. Here, they are eager to eat. Their mouths are so big that they can be fed soaked kibble with a spoon. This ball of fluff is a baby screech owl. Baby owls are called owlets. They are fed small pieces of meat. Here is a barn owlet. People also bring us eggs, and one time we received 2 eggs rescued from a beach where a very high tide had flooded their nest. We put the eggs into our incubator, and 10 days later, one hatched, and to our surprise, it was a snowy plover. Another time, we received 10 quail eggs from a weed whacker accident that killed the mother. After just a few days of being in the incubator, 9 out of the 10 eggs hatched. Within a few minutes after hatching, the quail are able to run around. A feather duster is sometimes used as a substitute mother for baby birds. Young baby mammals without fur are called pinkies, like this baby squirrel. Most baby mammals need to be bottle-fed every few hours during the day, and young pinkies need to also be fed during the night. They are fed formulas that are specifically formulated for each species. This is an eastern gray squirrel that is about 3 weeks old. At about 4 weeks of age, the eyes open. This is another eastern gray squirrel, but with black fur. We also receive western gray squirrels, which are native to our area. Their fur has a lot of rust coloring. We also receive ground squirrels, which are native. Their fur is kind of speckled, and their tails are less fluffy than the tree squirrels. Often, baby mammals will come in with fleas, and we'll need to put some flea powder on them.
Do you find at this age that they get many ticks and fleas?
A lot of fleas. I don't see ticks that often, but definitely a lot of fleas.
It's like with a dog or a cat, though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
We only receive a few chipmunks a year. They are super cute. Here's a 1-week-old raccoon. Here's a 5-week-old raccoon. Some years, we receive a few coyote pups. In some years, we receive baby foxes. We receive a few types of rabbits. Here's a very young brush rabbit, an older brush rabbit, a cottontail rabbit, and a jackrabbit. We also receive native wood rats. Here's 2 dusky-footed wood rats.
This is a wood rat. These are dusky-footed wood rats, and they are native here. They're also protected here, so a lot of people think that they are invasive, and they are not. And they are some of the coolest critters that I know. They're also called treasure traders or treasure rats.
Really?
How big do they get?
They get pretty big, probably about this, probably 5 to 6 inches.
So would these be the ones that make the big rat nests in the forest?
Yes, the males live in the trees, and the females build up to 8 feet in diameter stick teepees by the creeks.
Oh wow, I've seen both of those.
So they're huge, massive structures, and I guess that's what helps keep them safe from coyotes and stuff.
And how big do they get?
Like that?
Wow.
Pretty big.
Wow.
So when you see one in the wild, you're like, what is that? Looks like a chinchilla almost.
Oh, so it's like the wharf rat.
Yeah.
Same thing.
baby skunks are very cute. Possums are North America's only marsupials, meaning the females carry their babies in their pouch. Because of their unique anatomy, the babies need to be tube-fed with a long tube instead of being bottle-fed.
Okay, boys. Go.
They are so good at escaping.
Yeah. The container's not going to contain them for too.
As they get older, they learn to lap the milk, then are fed rice cereal and gradually onto more solid food. When the baby birds start to fly, they are put in outside aviaries. Some of them are still hand-fed in the aviaries, but the frequency is less and less, and they gradually learn to eat completely on their own. By this time, they are flying well and are ready to be released. We receive a number of owls each year in several different types, such as this barn owl, pygmy, screech, saw-whet, Monique Lee is NAR's bat lady, and she takes care of all the bats that are received. Here is a long-eared bat eating mealworms. We've only received about 5 of this type of bat in the last 20 years. It is rare for NAR to receive bobcats. When the baby mammals are eating completely on their own, they are moved to outside enclosures that are set up for them to develop the skills they need to survive in the wild. Young raccoons learning to clean their food and catch fish. In 2016, NAR had a fundraiser to build this spacious enclosure for coyotes. Here are some beautiful black and white kittens. This is the only spotted skunk NAR has ever received. It was rescued from Sykes Camp in Big Sur as an orphan. Sometimes we receive injured possum who have babies, so we take care of Mom while she takes care of her babies. One of the skills possums need to learn is how to carry material with their tails to make a nest. We're happy to see them doing this before we release them.
Native Animal Rescue has a team of volunteers in Santa Cruz and another team in San Jose who are trained to handle calls about deer and fawns. The deer in our area are a type of mule deer called black-tailed deer. Because mother deer will leave their babies alone for several hours while they forage for food, it is very important to make sure that a fawn is indeed orphaned, too sick, or too injured to survive in the wild before bringing it in for rehabilitation. In 2020, as usual, our first rescued fawn was received in early April. It was just 2 to 3 days old. The weather was cold, so the fawn was kept inside for the first 2 days. The glove in the photo shows how small the fawn is. As you can see, the fawn can run quite well at a very young age. Shelter is provided to protect them from the weather. The fawns are kept in a large fenced area to keep them safe from predators. It is important that fawns grow up with other fawns so they'll bond with each other and not with people. They are bottle-fed a special milk that is formulated for their specific species, black-tailed deer. They are also fed different kinds of leaves, flowers, acorns, small branches, and fruit. The fawn is pawing at the water bowl. Maybe he thinks it's a hoof bath. This fawn's eye looked like it had been scraped, but upon examination, 2 foxtails were found inside the eyelid, successfully removed and healed very quickly. These large lumps on the fawns are abscesses, most likely caused by puncture wounds. The opening was kept clean and ointment was applied. To reduce the amount of contact with people, the fawns are taught to drink from a bottle rack. The fawns love running around. They also like to relax. As the fawns get older, you can see their spots fading. This is one of their last bottles of milk before being released. This is release day. You can see one going back into the fenced area. I guess he's not sure about the outside world. A snack of apple pieces before they're released. They are free at last, grazing in the unfenced pasture.
Besides caring for animals, we educate people on our website and through Facebook on how to help wildlife and how to peacefully coexist with them. We also give presentations to groups. And we also table at events. Volunteer Kevin Foster is a falconer and does presentations with his hawk to educate people about wildlife. We co-host a catio tour biannually to encourage people to build catios so their cats can be outside safe from predators and cars, and at the same time, birds and other wildlife can be safe from their cats. We've had sold-out shows at the Rio Theater of educational films, including one about the harmful effects of rat poison on predator animals such as mountain lions. And owls. Volunteer Mark Schleicher developed a barn owl nest box program for NAR to help eliminate the use of rat poisons. He has installed over 200 boxes in less than 2 years. He adds his artistic touch to them. Mark also developed a hinged post to make it easier to clean out the boxes after each season. Look carefully at the opening of this box. Although this box is meant for barn owls, a screech owl is checking it out. We are excited to introduce Scarlet, a long-tailed weasel who will be an educational animal. He will be taken on presentations to inspire people to protect wildlife and their habitats.
When you're outside, I think it's a good idea, don't you?
Block your way.
Nice day. So Scarlet was brought to us by some people who he had approached downtown on Mission Street specifically. And they had decided he would make a great pet, and they brought him home for about a week, and then decided weasels do not make great pets, and brought him here. And we're not sure if somebody had him before that, or why he was so friendly, but he was very comfortable with humans.
Is he pretty healthy?
Yeah, he's very healthy. He's missing the eye, but that doesn't seem to bother him at all, and from what I've heard, they can't see very well anyway. So they use a lot more hearing and smell to find what they need. But that was very cool of them to bring him here. That was very responsible of them. And yeah, wild animals do not make good pets. So if you have to figure that out the hard way, you know, it's a lot harder. But we'll always be here if anybody ever decides.
You're so excited. You're so excited today.
It's amazing how happy he is, too.
Yeah. Oh, go hide it. So they sleep something like 18 to 20 hours a day regularly because they're such efficient hunters. So they don't need to spend much time hunting. They store disgustingly up to 50 animals in their burrow at a time. So they don't need to do a lot of shopping. They have the little grocery store in their home. So very efficient hunters. Their heartbeats, their resting beat is 300 beats a minute, and their active heart rate is 800 beats per minute. So I don't know what ours is. It's way lower than that. I think it's like 60 to 80 or something like that.
I think it's 80, yeah.
So Scarlet is a long-tailed weasel, which are native here in Santa Cruz. So a lot of people don't know that, and pretty much nobody I've talked to has ever seen one in real life. But this year in particular, a lot of people have seen them at Natural Bridges. Somebody got video of one eating a brush bunny at Natural Bridges, which is very cool. And then a couple other people have spotted them as well. So.
just rescued this screech owl here at Mount Herman, and a nice beautiful spot to release him. Luckily screech owls are pretty prevalent in the daytime, so we'll grab him real carefully. He's a beauty, isn't he? Hold on, we're gonna cut you loose, bud. Don't you fly back into that fireplace. Easy. There he goes, folks. He's heading for that tree. He headed up in the tree. Nice release, nice save. Thanks for supporting Native Animal Rescue.